and why you chose this business model to bring your innovative products to market.
This is going to sound unusual, but I never wanted to be in direct selling. It was the furthest, it was the furthest from my mind. I had been developing technologies for the U.S. Navy. I'd been an entrepreneur my whole life, so I had a computer business that was doing fine. I was kind of making a living at it. And then I had an opportunity to start to work on some of my inventions with a small group of guys. We started a company in Georgia, and because of our contacts, we were able to start pitching a number of very, very big defense contractors like General Dynamics, Raytheon, Newport News, GE, on these new technologies that myself and others at the company were developing. We got very far along with that. So I had thought I was going to be just an inventor my whole life. And 9/11 really changed all of that. Because when 9/11 hit, understandably, the government was interested in developing weapons, and I was working on things to save people's lives, emergency systems. So I had spent several years coming up with this concept of the LifeWave patch and decided to set up a company and then take that out to market. And of course, early on in the process, I had to think about doing clinical studies, setting up manufacturing, and then of course, how are people going to find out about this product and what channel are we going to use to sell it? So initially, I thought about infomercials, going to retail. I had meetings with GNC, and I had met a series of people along the way. And it was a perfect example of the power of direct sales and network marketing. And as we began to do demonstrations of the technology with people, it became very obvious that face-to-face selling was going to be much more powerful than simply having the product sit on a shelf. So the real moment came in the 2004 Olympic trials. I had been working with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University, and we had his Stanford women's swim team using the patches in Olympic trials. And we made national news. And there were maybe 1,000 people or so that had come forward and said, wow, I'd really like to distribute your product. And it was that time that I decided to go full in on setting up LifeWave as a network marketing company. And I thought, if you could take on networking in a way that maybe was done differently than had it been done before, that it could be really something very special. And so that's really what got us started. I just had no idea what I was getting into at that point. And but it's been amazing.